Yeah, fine. Class 04 on the Kubernetes. So today, yesterday what we have learned? We have learned about the labels and as well as a replication controller and replication set. And we have also done some labs, how we can deploy them and understand the workflow as well, right? So how they are working, how they have connected, and what is the importance of the label. So we have seen practically all these things we have seen practically, right? And today let's learn about the deployment. Okay, so the deployment. So now the Kubernetes nowadays the modern Kubernetes is using this deployment only. Okay, so this deployment is a combination of your RC and RS, I can say. So plus RC and RS, where it is having all the capabilities to enough to handle and enough maturity to handle and solve all your problems in the Kubernetes. Okay. And if I go to K8s deployment, click on the deployment, and this is the deployment now. You can see. So deployment manage a set of pods to run an application workload. Usually on that doesn't maintain any state. And this deployment provides the declarative updates for the pods and replica sets. Now how this is being working actually. So this deployment controller also is work like your replication controller only and replica set only. So under this is my deployment. Okay. So this is my deployment. Under this deployment, we will be running the pods. We will be running the pods actually. Okay. So let's say these are all the three pods. And now here you can give multiple labels. You can give multiple labels like match expressions and all. You can do it here. App is equal to team, DevOps, all these things you can do it here. All these things you can do it here. So these pods, let's say, what happened? Let's say why it's not selecting. Okay, let me do it here. So this is a pod 1 and this is pod 2 and this is pod 3, right? So inside the pod we will run the container. This is pod 3 like this. And yesterday we have learned, right? Now what happens? There is a replica set will be there. There is a replica set. This is a replica set. This is your replica set. Not replication controller because it is having the advanced concept of replica set, right? So match level labels. So here what happens? These all pods are going to manage by your replica set. And this replica set is under deployment. It is under the deployment set. This is how uh, it is going to work. Okay. So when I do deployment from the deployment manifest, so whatever we are going to write, we will be going to write in a YAML file, or YAML file. Okay. So YML and YAML you can call YML and YAL. So both ways you can create this manifest. Here you can see if you come down. So this is the YML file controllers Nginx deployment. API version is apps v1. Kind is deployment. This is an object. And metadata, you know that this is a unique name of your deployment. And the label that you are giving to this one is app is equal to Nginx. And then you are saying that specifications then. So spec is nothing but the configurations of your object. Replica is 3, selector, match labels, app is equal to Nginx, and this is the pod configurations. Metadata, labels, and this is a pod label. And this is about the container inside the pod. Container, container name, container image, container port number. So this is going to work. If I copy this, and go to killer coda and create, I guess I have to again playgrounds, Kubernetes. So here, just run kubectl get nodes, kubectl get pods. Okay. So here what you can do, or you can also go to this editor. Here also you can create, this is a kind of a VS code. Okay. But we will do try here. vi ds.yaml and paste here. Escape shift colon w exclamatory mark. kubectl apply -f ds.yaml and kubectl get deployments. You can able to see the deployment, right? Nginx deployment. If you run kubectl get pods, you can able to see 3 pods are running. 3 pods are running. Okay. Now let me describe this deployment. kubectl describe deployment. You can give like this also, deployment slash and the name, otherwise deployment, and you can give the deployment name. That's it. So when you see this deployment describe, so this is how you will extract the information from it, right? So namespace is default. What time it is created, labels app is equal to Nginx, annotations we'll discuss that. Selectors app is equal to Nginx, we know that. Replica is 3 we have said, that is our goal. 3 updated, 3 total, 3 are available, 0 is unavailable. And strategy type, it is rolling update. We will discuss this point. It's called rolling update. Okay. So milliseconds to run 0, and rolling update strategy is 25% max unavailable and 25% max surge. Okay, fine. If you come to the pod template, so this is what we have said here, right? In the template, this is what we have said, app Nginx. Okay, app Nginx, app Nginx image, and port number is this one. So we have not given anything like volume and all. And if you come down, conditions, type status and region, and then here you can see there is a thing called old replica set and new replica set, right? Now how it is working? This is replica set is created here. New replica set is created nginx-deployment. So this is the replica set ID like yesterday we have created. And this replica set is what it is doing? Scaling the replica set. What controller? Deployment controller is spinning your pods from 0 to 3. From 0 to 3. Okay. Now I understand that, oh, directly we can see that deployment controller is managing all these pods. But this is hidden. Okay. So until you describe, you cannot see that. So now you can able to see this. Yes, under the deployment controller, replica set is there. Under the replica set, we are managing the pods. Now these are all the V1 pods. Okay. So these are all the V1 pods. I would like to show you of how this deployment replica set will be working with our own images. With our own images, we'll try. So how we can try with our own images? Let me go here and delete the delete deployment. I don't want it. I wanted to delete that. So it got deleted. Now if you run, you're not able to see those things. You will be not able to see those things. Cube and VI DS. So here before that, let's do one thing. Docker images. Do we have any image? No. So let me create the Docker file. Vi Docker file. Okay. So I'll go to Docker Hub. So in this Docker Hub, I'll search for the HTTPD. So here I have HTTPD. If you come down, you'll have this one, right? Okay, fine. I'll just paste here. And I don't want this. This one. And escape shift colon WQ exclamatory mark. So what I'll do, I'll create a directory first. mkdir app v1 and move Docker file to the app v1. Okay, you don't have the Docker file now here. You just go here and ls you have a Docker file here. What you wanted to do, vi index.html. So I wanted to get some code. Okay. Getting the code. Let's go to any GitHub. HTML code for the game. No, not at all. I want the plain code only. There would be good codes. Uh, HTML code per temp, temp, temp. Those are all nothing. So what I can do is I can just clone this repository. Just copy this, come here, escape shift colon, get clone, paste ls. So cd temple run, and if you do ls, yeah. So what we can do, so move docker file, move docker file, move docker file to temple run. Okay, and cd temple run and ls. Here docker build -t tag name is app v1. Okay, app v1 dot. Okay, I have this one. Now I wanted to tag this docker images. Okay, I wanted to run as a container and then we'll see whether it is working or not. Docker run -itd -p 8080 colon 8080 app v1. Okay, whether it is working or not, the code. We'll see that and then we'll go with the this one. So let's go 8080. Similar way, I'll go with the app2 as well, 8080. Why 8080? It is working now. Load. It's just loading, but nothing is. When you have a two types of, this is also a waste repository. Okay, I'll just simply go to your grok and it is going to ask you something, I guess. Give me HTML code for app v1 running successfully in attractive colors. It is going to generate something. So let me clean up here. or otherwise let's come back to this one and vi index dot html, vi index dot html. Okay, so just I want some code, copy this code and come here and paste this one, shift colon wq. So I don't want this temple run thing. So cd temple run and pwd move docker file from here to back to the app v1 slash root slash app1. That's it. So docker file will be not there. And you can do rm-rf and this temple run. Now you can see nothing is there. Now what do you do? Docker build -t. Now let's say v1. Okay, v1, and I would say dot. So it will build docker build. Capital letters won't be allowed. Fine. Docker build -t v1.1.1. Okay, done. So Docker images, you have v1.1.1, Docker run -itd. Before that, let's delete that old containers, Docker stop and the container ID. So just copy this container ID and paste this. It gets stopped and Docker run -itd interactively with the daemon and then -p 80:80 and say v1.1.1 v1.1. Or image uh, docker images paste. So it was not taken. Docker ps. It is running right now. If I come here and refresh, it should load app. Oh, something. Okay, app LV1 is running successfully. Yes, container is okay, fine. We have 44 minutes for this lab. So I just wanted to stop this container because I don't want this container. We are going to run as a pods. Paste. Now do the same thing for the application v2. Give me same in another style for the app v2. Okay. It is giving for the app v2. Now what I do, I'll go to app v2. Okay, cd app v2 and here index.html. I'll copy this code and I'll keep it here. You need to tell me commands. One is not telling the command. So copy this. So meanwhile, just I want a command for tagging the Docker image and pushing the Docker image. So docker build -t -t v2.2.2.2. Sorry, docker build, right? Yeah, docker build v2.2 dot docker build -t docker file is there, docker build v2 point or v2.
I think for the last comment, you forgot to put that at the end.
Yeah, I given that. File line 3 was instruction was something wrong in the Docker file. Yes. Here the problem. Now v2 is there. Docker run -itd -p. So say it as 90:80 and v2. Docker ps. It got exit. Oh, it won't work, I guess. Sorry, I wasn't some. Now it is working. Chinese, okay. So now I have two things with the two images, right? Now Docker stop. I don't want this container. I don't want this container. Working containers I don't want at all here. So we will be going to build the pods. Now can someone help me with the Docker tag commands and push commands? So meanwhile I'll log into my Docker hub. Someone please help me with Docker image tag commands and as well as this one push commands.
I don't understand. You want to push the image to Docker Hub?
Yes, Docker hub I wanted to push and I wanted to tag them in the local first. Then after I wanted to put it. So here I have multiple repositories and I would like to keep it in a Kubernetes repository. So I'll going to create the repository name as kube uh, something like kube master, something like this, kube course otherwise. Public and create it. I have created. Now tell me that what is a command to create the tag that image and push.
Rajini, I have pinged.
Uh, source image colon tag and target. No, just tell me here with these names. Docker tag. Next. Any one of you, please.
Docker tag, the repo name.
It says source_image.
Source underscore what? Which source I can take?
Okay. It
Which
says
source?
existing Docker image. So anyone out of this?
Not like that. See, you are going for the tagging, okay? First thing, you're going for tagging. Whenever you create any repository in the Docker Hub, here clearly telling you that you want to tag Docker image with your local image and the tag and the new repository and the tag name. Okay. So we already covered this one.
Okay.
So if I come here, Docker tag, what is my name? v1.1.1 colon latest. And what is my Rajni ops is my Docker hub. And what is the cube course is the my repository colon I wanted to give v1. Okay. Now it is tagged. If you see Docker images, it will create one more thing you can see. Now what do you have to do? Docker push and your this one tag and colon v1. So it will push into your Docker hub. If you come here in your Docker hub here, so let me go back to the repositories here in my cube course. So that will be going to push one latest image here. What it is telling? Request is denied. What we need to do? Docker login we have to do. Username. Before it is going to ask this, we have to activate through the browser. Okay, we'll activate through the browser. So there will be a code. So this is a code. It's activated. Now do the same thing of push. Still access denied. Cube course. All set. Now device is connected. Fine. What is my push? Rajni ops slash Rajni ops slash cube course colon v1. Fine. Uh, v1 I have given already as a latest v1. I don't know. Login cancelled. Why? Now login success. Now do push. Okay, now it got pushed, you can see. And similar way, now can someone tell me for V2? Docker tag, and what name I have to give? What name I have to give for V1? For V2, sorry. What we have done for the tagging? Which image we have done tagging? We have done for the V1. What is the command for V2?
V2 colon latest
And
space and our Rajini option.
so now I have pushed both the images. Now I would like to come back from the app V1 and V2. Let me clear. So now I have ds.yml here. So what I wanted this to be changed as website. Okay. So here I will say as website. So here I will say as website. So here label also I'm just keeping for the right thing, and here I'll say as website only. It's good to keep always. You can also keep different names, but it's good to template, and your metadata unique name has to match. Okay, so select as match labels. So it is good to identify. So here what I'll do, I'll go on to keep this image. If I come here and refresh, I would have got two images here. See V1 and V2. If I go for the V1, and this is my image, right? So this is my image in the V1. Now this V1 image, I wanted to update. Okay, you can see I wanted to update. Copy this, come here, paste it. V1, okay? Escape, shift colon, W, exclamatory mark. That I have done. Okay. Now, we wanted to apply this. kubectl apply -f ds.ym. kubectl get pods. I have three pods. Pod lifecycle is getting running. Let's see what happening. See, one is running, two is running, third one to be get run. And then after we have to after this pod is get ran, we have to expose that, okay, with the node port or a load balancer. Okay, so then we can able to see that whether it is working or not. Now three are running. Okay, kubectl get deployments. You have your website as a deployment here. You can see have kubectl website as a deployment. Now I wanted to expose this with the node port and I wanted to see that whether it is able to open the V1 or V2 application. Okay, kubectl expose deployment website hyphen uh, type is equal to node port is equal to node port and this and hyphen port is equal to 80. Enough? Oh, yeah, I think it's enough. Website deployment and deployment.
Website Rajni. WBISIT.
Yeah, kubectl get SVC services. You can check services. Now website is on the node port, which is a port number. This is a port number. Now again come here and put it here and access it. V1 is running. Now let me cancel this. Now if you can see, V1 is running right now, right? V1 is clearly running right now. When I check kubectl describe deployment website, you can able to see new replica set. This is the ID of the replica set 8659996. Okay, how it is working? On your top of your replica set, deployment is working, and top of that you will be having service. Which service you are having? You are running right now service which is node port. Now how the traffic is coming? Someone is sitting here. So someone is sitting here. Let me take it. Someone is sitting here and trying to access. Someone is sitting here. So he will be hitting like this. He will hit to the IP address and the port number 8080 or something. Then it will come to the deployment, and then it is coming to here, and then it is coming here. So here your container is running. Okay. It's coming like this. Where this is a new replica set. Okay. Where which one is running? V1 is running inside. V1 version pods are running inside. Now I wanted to go for V2 version. So when I am going for V2 version, what I want, it should not be down. It has to lively, you do refresh, it has to lively works. Okay. It has to live work actually. It should not create any downtime. Within seconds, my V2 has to deploy. So that is our concept. This is called rolling update. You are updating from the V1 version to the V2 version. Okay. What I will be doing, instead I'm directly going to YAML kubectl set image, I'm telling deployment slash website, my deployment name, and what I'm going to tell right now here. So my image is I wanted to replace with another image which is V2. Here you can see image colon, this one is there. So what you can do, image, I guess hyphen has to come. This command is after many years I'm using. Hyphen image is equal to Oh, already we are setting the image. So we are setting the image in the sense pods, pods. Labels, image. Okay. Website is equal to, I'll copy this, paste as V2. Then what I'll do record. So it will record how many versions you are doing. So it is telling that flag record was deprecated and it will be removed in the future, but it is done. If you see deployment kubectl get pods, kubectl get pods. Okay, just 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 16 seconds is ran. I just come here, I won't do anything. I will just refresh this. Your second version is running right now, right? So in the same URL and the same thing, from V1 to V2, we have upgraded without downtime in just a fraction of seconds, 1 or 2 seconds only. So this is can be achievable by your deployment controller, but not with your replica set or not with the replication controller. So that is the advantage. Why we are using right now? This is an advantage to use this one. Now, if I go and describe my deployment, you can see when I describe my deployment, here you can see the events, and here you can see old replica which is 00 and the new replica which is 11. Sorry, 33. See, replicas are handling, right? What happens here? Similarly, it will create one more replica here for your V2 version. It will create one more replica for your V2 version. Replica set for V2 version. And this is also created under your deployment only. Then what it will do? First, it will create the first pod. Once it is successful running, then only if it is successful and running, then only it will terminate this pod. And second, it will create second pod. Once it is running and okay, then it will terminate this one. And third pod, it will do this one and then it will terminate this one. So when you are accessing as a user, so that will come, if it is already active, the request which is going to here, it will go here to here. And then it will be terminated. It is updated already. And the second, it will terminate, the request will come here. It will come here. So this is how within a fraction of seconds it will be happen, and you can see zero downtime. There is no downtime while you're doing. So this is called rolling update strategy. This is what we are doing at the production level. Okay. This is what we are doing it. I can easily roll back also. How can I roll back? If you go here, kubectl roll out we call, okay? Roll out history. You can see the history, how many you have done. Deployment slash website. When you see that, roll out. kubectl roll out history, deployment and the website. Correct only.
Website.
Yep. Hey, I'm doing always. Sorry, this is my bad habit. Website is okay, but still it is telling kubectl.
History spelling is wrong. Yeah.
Right. Now you can see here first revision and the second revision. Okay. Record is equal to true, it will be recorded. Now what I'll do, kubectl roll out, kubectl roll out. I wanted to go for previous version. Undo. Okay. So deployment slash website, and then I'll do -2 hyphen revision number. We do the same thing in the um, Helm as well. Okay. Now I want to say 1, not 2. Now it's immediately roll back. If I come here, I'll just refresh. Just in a second, right? It was back to the V1 version. And if you see the pods, it will run. kubectl get pods. All pods will be running. All pods are running. So this is how your deployment controller will be working. And if you also see all the labels, kubectl get pods -show labels. You can see the labels as well. Okay. This is deployment controller, guys. Hope are you all got it. Or do you have any questions, doubt, misconfusion?
Clear, Rajni.
Everyone?
Yes,
Not
Rajni.
only you. What does that mean? And Priyanka, Rahul, Rajesh, Sai, Krishna, Satish, Vikram. Are you all clear or not? Clear in the sense it is not like you said clear. I want labs. I will give the labs. You have to prove whatever the scenario I'm going to give you. What I'm teaching right now, those things only I'm going to give you as a scenario. So please tell me that you got it or not.
Yes, conceptually I have got, and about the things that you have shown, that also I have understood. But I think once I do it on my own, then I'll be able to understand more.
Good. Yeah. So we need to work on these controllers because deployment is the thing. And one more thing, when you have this deployment, so there is a this one called scale up and scale down concept. Now you have 3 pods. What if you wanted 4, 5, 10 pods? You can simply edit the YML, or you can simply run the command kubectl scale deployment and your deployment name website, and then replicas is equal to 5. When you say like this, it automatically create the 5 pods, you can see. So when you say is as 2, it will automatically scale down your pods to 2. When you say it as 12, it will create 12 pods immediately. You can see all pods are run. So this you can do load balancing. Okay. So this is the very important thing on the Kubernetes lab. You must know it. You have to practice it because this is going to your job in a everyday life. You will be running this kubectl commands, and this is going to ask in your interviews as well. Who are all attended? Might be you at at least one question you will hit from my classes, right? Not at least one. There are many questions are going to hit you on the same thing. What is Kubernetes architecture? What is error, pending state, image, Docker image, container, pod, what kubectl commands you will run, all these things, okay? I taught you these things, so I'll show you the real-time thing, how we gonna log in into the cluster and how we are accessing our level privileges in the cluster, how the automation is going on, how deployment pipeline is deploying into your cluster, how automatically that is doing. So these are all the matters once you have this understanding. How many members practiced last class?
I have practiced the labels, skill labels, that one class.
Okay.
Rajni, I have a question from that class. You said that there would be an interview question related to that. How do we troubleshoot if a pod is pending or a crash loop back off error?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm like, I didn't get the answer. How do we do it? I mean, how do we troubleshoot it?
So when you have that issue, pending issue, first of all, your first goal is to kubectl get pods -n and namespace, okay? Like let's say dev. And then the second thing is you need to run kubectl describe the pod, pod and pod name and -n dev. So that you will get the events over there, okay? What you can see events, how the kubelet is worked over
Okay.
there. Third thing is kubectl logs pod name and -n dev, so that you will get to know what happened in the logs level. So pod is having an issue, liveness probe issue, readiness probe issue, environment configurations issue, home killed issue, or anything there. So you can get it from it here easily. And sometimes your pod is not showing anything. kubectl logs pod and pod name and -c container name, so that you will able to see container logs also. So your pod is not showing logs, then you have to see for the container. Sometimes container will behave weird. So then what you have to do, if pod is running, then you have to kubectl exec -it pod name and -n dev and -sh. You need to log in and troubleshoot it by running some commands.
Okay. So I'm like, these are the troubleshooting shooting
Yes,
steps for those 5 different scenarios that you told, right?
yes, yes. So
Uh,
this is common. These
okay.
commands are common for every issue in the Kubernetes.
Oh,
So
okay.
here you
Okay.
can replace pod with this deployment, you can replace with the service, you can replace with stateful set, daemon set, ingress, volumes, whatever. Okay, but these commands are
Okay.
common.
Okay.
Cool. Are you all good? So if you're all good, then we'll connect tomorrow at the same time with some new topic. You should complete these labs, then only you will understand my further classes. It is a warning. Then you won't
Yes.
get it. And it is very, if you do all the labs what I'm doing and you are the one, you can write on your own your CKA exam.
Okay.
You do this practice. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rajni.
Then Good. Thank you everyone. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time.